after the Donovan Mitchell trade, is it safe to say the Cleveland Cavaliers are better than the Chicago Bulls? Let's talk about it. What is going on, y'all? Faiz Sports Hall back at it with another video talking, of course, some NBA here to talk about the Chicago Bulls and talk about the comparison between these two teams after this blockbuster trade that just happened with the Cavs. So if you guys are new to the channel, hit the big red subscribe button, people. You don't want to miss out. Make sure you're following me on all my social media platforms. And as always, hit the bell icon so you're notified every time I drop the video. So you guys go ahead and do that right now. So with that being said, let's talk about this, all right? I see a lot of people talking about this on Twitter, on YouTube, wherever the case is, about the Bulls versus the Cavs. And I got to tell you, right, I'm always going to be objective. That's the reason you guys follow the channel. And when you look at these two rosters, after the Donovan Mitchell trade, from a talent perspective, again, I'll give my answer at the end about overall who's better, but from a talent perspective, purely just talent on paper, I don't know how you can say the Cavs are not better than the Bulls. And look, I'm a Bulls fan, but you have to be realistic about it, okay? Cleveland was already a good team last year. They just got hit with injuries. And now you're adding a 25-year-old all-star to that team in his prime. I mean, how can they not be better? And you can even compare the rosters, right? You've got Darius Garland, you've got Donovan Mitchell, Karis LeVert, Evan Mobley, Jared Allen, off the bench, Kevin Love, Ricky Rubio, Isaac Okoro. You compare that with the Bulls team, and let's just do a direct comparison here. I'll take Darius Garland over Lonzo Ball. Again, Lonzo Ball getting healthy is obviously going to be huge, but yeah, Darius Garland at this point is better. Then we take a look at Donovan Mitchell versus Zach LaVine. You can make the argument Zach's a little bit better, but it's a push, if you will. Then you go with LeVert versus DeRozan. Yeah, DeRozan wins that one. Mobley, better than Patrick Williams right now. And then Jared Allen was an all-star last year, and Vooch wasn't. Okay? Vooch overall has had a better career, but Jared Allen right now is probably better. And then off the bench, guys like Kevin Love, again, Ricky Rubio, seasoned vets that have been impact players in this league, compared to Ayo Dosunmu going to the second year, Kobe White, inconsistent off the bench as far as nothing besides a scorer, and then guys like Andre Drummond, Goran Dragic. So the point I'm trying to make to you is from a talent level, Cleveland is better. But does that mean overall they're the better team? And I'll tell you this much. If Lonzo Ball stays healthy, turns into an all-star level player, that's going to go a long ways to making the Bulls a better team. What if Zach LaVine turns into a top 15 player? What if Patrick Williams blossoms into a star? Like, there are paths to where Chicago can be the better team, and they've got the continuity thing on their level, on their side as well, in terms of building the chemistry and whatnot. But folks, Cleveland was already a good defensive team. The Bulls are not. Cleveland didn't have another ball handler. I see all these people talking about how Garland and Mitchell might not fit together because they're both ball dominant. True, but I'll tell you this much. Cleveland didn't have another ball handler besides Darius Garland. They needed one. That was actually a hole that they had, when Colin Sexton went down and then when Ricky Rubio was injured. So you're adding another ball handler, somebody to take the pressure off Darius Garland. So I do think this is still a plus for them. And they didn't give up much for Donovan Mitchell in terms of nobody from their core, right? The draft picks, everybody that would have traded for Mitchell would have had to give that up. But as far as the players, you're not missing out on Sexton or Lowry marketing. You're just not. So overall, folks, look, just think about it like this. If you were a Cavs fan and somebody were to ask you, do you think the Cavs are better than the Bulls? You would not say that the Bulls roster is better right now. So I just want to be realistic about it. That doesn't mean they can't be, but as of right now, talent-wise, the Cavs are better. On paper, they're better. And, it looks to me that with the Bulls staying stagnant, Cleveland might have, on paper, passed us. Now, again, the game still have to be played, and the Bulls can certainly beat this Cavs team. They can hang with them. But I think Cleveland is, at this point, better than Chicago because of the offensive players and also the fact that their defense, right? That's the main thing here, man. The defense. You've got two 7-footers in Allen and Mobley who are just rim protectors, ferocious around the basket. The Bulls just don't have that. They don't have that size. They don't have that defensive versatility and strength that the Cavs do. So overall, we still have to see how the games play out, but I think the Cavs are better. And I don't have a problem saying that because that just should fuel the Bulls to obviously get better, acquire more players, and fight for more. Their offseason, they didn't add too much. You're talking about adding a guy like Goran Dragic, re-signing Derrick Jones Jr., bringing in Andre Drummond. So I don't think it was much in terms of adding to this roster. A lot of the East got better. The East is a bloodbath at this point, folks. Just off the top of my head, Miami, Boston, Milwaukee, Philly, now Cleveland. Then you got teams like Atlanta who got DeJounte Murray. Toronto's no pushover. Like, the East is going to be an absolute bloodbath. I'm not going to just say the Bulls are better just because of the fact that I'm a Bulls fan. I'm going to have to be objective and say that, look, Cleveland looks to be the better team at this point on paper and based off of the players that they have. So that's just where I'm at, people. That's just where I'm at. I know it's not, what we all want to hear, but I need to see the Bulls make some improvements within the season. Now, again, I'm not saying it can't happen. Again, P. Will turns into a star, it's a different conversation. Lonzo stays healthy, turns into an all-star, different conversation. Zach takes his game to another level, different conversation. But as of right now, Cleveland is better than Chicago. That's just how I feel about it, honestly. Leave a comment down below. As always, thanks for watching.